You are watching Market Watch, the brief overview of the key events from the world of finance. After Donald Trump's victory in the U.S. presidential election, there has been a noticeable increase in financial markets, a sharp strengthening of the dollar, an increase in treasury bond yields, and the rapid growth of Bitcoin. And Thursday was no exception. Despite the fact that traders estimate the probability of interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve next month at more than 80% after the release of the inflation report on Wednesday, the dollar continued its growth, reaching its highest in the last year. Usually, expectations for a rate cut can weaken the dollar, but against the background of a positive reaction to Trump's victory, the U.S. currency continued to strengthen. In Europe, data on Eurozone GDP growth for the third quarter, as well as preliminary data on the level of employment in the region, are published on Thursday. Meanwhile, in the United States, attention will be focused on the report on producer price indices for October, which will be released before the speech of the head of the Federal Reserve Jerome Powell in Dallas. These data directly affect the key inflation indicator for the Fed, the Personal Consumption Price Index, which will be published later this month. Meanwhile, gold prices fell for the fifth day in a row on Thursday, reaching their lowest level in 8 weeks, under pressure from a stronger U.S. dollar and rising Treasury yields amid uncertainty about the pace of interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. The U.S. dollar index peaked in a year, making gold more expensive for overseas buyers, while Treasury yields rose to their highest level since July. And now to the crypto market. The price of Bitcoin increased by 16% from November 11th to 13th, surpassing the $93,000 mark for the first time. However, traders and investors will be cautious today. The reason for this is the upcoming speech by the head of the U.S. Federal Reserve Jerome Powell and the publication of significant economic indicators in the United States. The new data may affect market expectations regarding the dollar and, accordingly, adjust the view on the price of Bitcoin relative to the American currency. Technically, the upward movement was less confident than before and the probability of a corrective decline is becoming higher. But it should be remembered that the uptrend is still not broken. That's all I have. Follow the news carefully and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.